When crossing a sidewalk to enter traffic from an alley or driveway, drivers should A. Stop only if pedestrians are on the sidewalk. B. Stop before driving onto the sidewalk or sidewalk area. C. Expect pedestrians on the sidewalk to yield the right of way. B. Stop before driving onto the sidewalk or sidewalk area. When leaving an alley, driveway, or parking lot to enter a roadway, you must stop before driving onto a sidewalk or sidewalk area. Pedestrians and existing traffic have the right of way. A flashing yellow light at an intersection means you should A. Slow down and proceed with caution. B. Come to a complete stop as quickly as possible. C. Stop and proceed only when the intersection is clear. A. Slow down and proceed with caution. When encountering a flashing yellow light at an intersection, you should slow down and proceed with caution. You do not need to come to a complete stop when approaching a flashing yellow light. When stopping at an intersection with a stop line, you should A. Stop after the stop line. B. Stop at the stop line. C. Stop in the crosswalk. B. Stop at the stop line. Stop lines are white lines painted across the pavement at intersections. You must stop at the stop line when a pedestrian is present or when a sign or signal requires you to stop. Which of the following is true about traveling in a vehicle equipped with airbags? A. A safety belt should not be worn by the driver of a vehicle equipped with airbags. B. When combined with safety belts, airbags provide improved protection in a crash. C. Children age 12 and under can safely sit in the front seat of a car that is equipped with airbags. B. When combined with safety belts, airbags provide improved protection in a crash. When combined with safety belts, airbags provide improved protection. They are an additional safety feature that do not replace safety belts. Because airbags pose a risk of injury to children, passengers age 12 and under should ride in the rear seat.
Want to ace your DMV test? Click on the link below and get your guaranteed cheat sheet.
If you parallel park facing downward on a hill, A. Turn your wheels sharply toward the side of the road. B. Turn your wheels away from the side of the road. C. Keep your wheels straight. A. Turn your wheels sharply toward the side of the road. When parking downhill, turn your front wheels toward the curb or edge of the road. When parking uphill on a road without a curb, turn your wheels toward the edge of the road. When parking uphill on a road with a curb, you must turn your front wheels away from the curb. When approaching a railroad crossing, you should A. Slow down. B. Look for a train. C. Be ready to stop. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. When you see any signs indicating a nearby railroad crossing, you should slow down, look for a train, and be ready to stop. If the red warning lights are flashing or the gate is down, you must stop 15 to 50 feet before the railroad tracks. Do not try to go around the gate. When turning or changing lanes, you must A. Always signal your intentions even when no visible traffic is present. B. Signal only if there is visible traffic. C. Signal only when driving at night. D. Signal only when driving in heavy traffic at night. A. Always signal your intentions, even when no visible traffic is present. Always signal your intentions when changing lanes, turning, or pulling away from a curb. Do not allow yourself to become lazy and form the bad habit of not following this law. Motorists are not required to yield to pedestrians if they are walking against the traffic light. A. True. B. False. B. False. You must always yield the right of way to pedestrians. Be aware of the possibility that pedestrians may misjudge traffic signals and cross against a light. When driving in a work zone, you should A. Activate your four-way flashers. B. Stay alert, obey all posted signs, maintain a safe speed, and be prepared to stop. C. Increase your speed so as not to impede traffic. B. Stay alert, obey all posted signs, maintain a safe speed, and be prepared to stop. In a work zone, you should stay alert, obey any posted signs, and maintain a steady speed consistent with the flow of traffic, unless directed otherwise. Adjust your lane position to allow space for workers and equipment. Be prepared to stop at any time. A major cause of rear-end collisions in work zones is A. One driver driving at a different speed than surrounding traffic. B. The lack of work zone barricades alerting drivers to road maintenance. C. Construction equipment obstructing drivers' views. A. One driver driving at a different speed than surrounding traffic. Driving slower or faster than surrounding traffic is a major cause of rear-end collisions in work zones. When driving in a maintenance area, be alert to surrounding traffic and posted speed limits. This sign means A. Trucks entering. B. Truck exit only. C. Steep downgrade ahead. C. Steep downgrade ahead. This sign warns that a steep downgrade is ahead on the road. Drivers should check their brakes. Which of the following factors affect an individual's absorption of alcohol? A. Weight. B. Height. C. Intelligence. A. Weight. Factors affecting a person's absorption of alcohol include the person's weight, their biological sex, the amount of food in their digestive tract, and the number of alcoholic beverages they have consumed. The only thing to do to remove alcohol from a person's system is to wait. Drivers are always required to stop for a stopped school bus when driving on a two-lane road. A. True. B. False. A. True. Drivers are always required to stop for a stopped school bus when driving on a two-lane road, regardless of their direction of travel. You should exercise caution when driving near children. If oncoming headlights are blinding you while you are driving at night, you should A. Look toward the right edge of the road. B. Switch your lights to high beams. C. Turn your lights on and off. A. Look toward the right edge of the road. If the headlights of an oncoming vehicle are blinding, glance toward the right edge of the road instead of looking directly ahead. This should keep your vehicle safely on the road until you pass the oncoming vehicle. Roads with double solid yellow line markings down the center indicate that passing is A. Allowed from both directions. B. Allowed only from your direction of travel. C. Not allowed from either direction. C. Not allowed from either direction. A double solid yellow line down the center of a road indicates that traffic is moving in opposite directions and that passing is not allowed from either direction. When driving under snowy or icy conditions. A. It is safe to use your cruise control. B. Make speed and directional changes more gradually than you would otherwise. C. Drive as you would under normal conditions. B. Make speed and directional changes more gradually than you would otherwise. When driving under snowy or icy conditions, you should make speed and directional changes gradually. Never use cruise control when driving on snow or ice because your tires may lose contact with the road and you will lose control of your vehicle. It is more dangerous to drive at night than during the day because A. You cannot see as far ahead at night. B. The road is always more slippery at night. C. Your reaction time is slower at night. When driving on a slippery surface, such as snow or ice. A. Shift to a low gear before going down steep hills. B. Maintain traction by following other vehicles closely. C. Pump your brakes to keep them from freezing. A. Shift to a low gear before going down steep hills. To prevent skidding on slippery surfaces, you should shift to a low gear before going down a steep hill. You should also follow farther behind the vehicle in front of you than you normally would. Quick stops should be avoided. Unless you have anti-lock brakes, pump the brakes to slow or stop. When approaching a roundabout. A. Increase your speed. B. Enter the circle without yielding, as you have the right of way. C. Yield to traffic already within the roundabout. D. Wait to enter until all other traffic has exited the roundabout. C. Yield to traffic already within the roundabout. Before entering a roundabout, yield to all vehicles that are already within the roundabout. Traffic will be moving in a counterclockwise direction and will be approaching on your left. What are the colors of warning signs indicating upcoming hazards? A. Black letters or symbols on a white background. B. Black letters or symbols on a yellow background. C. White letters or symbols on a blue background. D. White letters or symbols on a green background. B. Black letters or symbols on a yellow background. Warning signs that indicate approaching hazards are usually yellow with black lettering or symbols. Warning signs in work zones are orange with black lettering or symbols. This sign means A. Emergency vehicles ahead. B. Uncontrolled intersection ahead. C. Four-way stop ahead. D. Traffic signal ahead. D. Traffic signal ahead. This sign warns that a traffic signal is ahead. This sign means you are approaching a railroad crossing that does not have a signal. You should A. Come to a complete stop. B. Proceed at a consistent speed while looking and listening for approaching trains. C. Slow down, look both ways, listen for any trains, and be prepared to stop if any trains are nearby. C. Slow down, look both ways, listen for any trains, and be prepared to stop if any trains are nearby. At a railroad crossing marked with this sign, a driver should look both ways, listen for any trains, and be prepared to stop if any trains are nearby. Never try to outdrive an oncoming train. While driving on the interstate, you see vehicles on the entrance ramp to your right. You should A. Increase your speed to beat the vehicles that are on the entrance ramp. B. Stay in your lane. C. Merge left to allow them space for a smooth, safe entry. C. Merge left to allow them space for a smooth, safe entry. When you are driving on the interstate and see vehicles on an entrance ramp to your right, you should signal and move to the left to allow them a smooth and safe entry. If it is unsafe to merge left, adjust your speed to help the incoming traffic merge. This sign means A. Watch for trucks. B. Do not pass trucks. C. Truck parking area ahead. D. Steep downgrade ahead. D. Steep downgrade ahead. This sign warns of the presence of a hill ahead. Which of the following substances can affect the ability to drive? A. Tranquilizers, marijuana, and sedatives. B. Cough syrups and cold tablets containing codeine or antihistamines. C. All of the above. C. All of the above. A number of drugs can impair your ability to drive, including depressant medications like tranquilizers and sedatives, over-the-counter cough syrups, cold tablets, and allergy medications, which may contain impairing substances like alcohol, codeine, or antihistamines, and illegal drugs.